Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for KADENA or KDA. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting on a high time frame, daily time frame, we have had this trend line from around November 2021 and pivoting to the 6th of April 2022. We can see that we have still got quite some time here on RSI that we can bump our heads into and still linger around these areas down here before breaking up higher at latest at the end of this year, basically. Now, as a bullish scenario, we have this diagonal. This is basically the only scenario that I can have on KADENA that is bullish with the data that we have. Again, this is using Bittrex, as we had that on the previous videos, and I think at that point I checked majority of the exchanges that had KADENA, and this was the one that had most price data. Now on this one we would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then looking for wave 5. Now even on arithmetic scale we can see that this is a massive structure. On arithmetic scale, yeah, look at that. We have no context on it at all. Now the minimum target would be around $29.32, at which the fifth wave that we would have from here would be larger than the wave 3, and that is the only reasoning for this bullish scenario. Of course, again, this does look like a three-way structure up here overall, and that is our bearish idea. Just basic simple ABC. We can get 5 waves in here, 5 waves in here. It does look very nice here. So yeah, of course we can't really measure it on arithmetic as it just looks like this, but yeah, there it is. That is my overall bias. There's two different scenarios. Let's check out the structures after that one. Let's go to maybe 4 hours and start with this one. On this we have a WXY here into W, and then ABC into X, and ABC coming downwards for the C wave now. Now again, on the original Elliott Wave book, we can't have this a complex pattern here. On the original book, we would have to have this as an ABC if we want to have this yellow structure here as or this whole structure as a WXY. But we can't really get this structure to get here into a 5-wave pattern unless, again, we are going to be using some kind of very, very ugly diagonal here, something like this. It is up to you really how you're going to be wanting to interpret this. For me, the best look comes with this being a WXY in here. This structure here looks very three-waves and definitely subdivides very well with an ABC. So in that case, again, as this is an ABC here, as a last structure, we can't have anything else but a complex structure overall on this side. As again, this would be a WXY. We can't have a WX in this minor position 1 degree higher. But again, you can choose whether you're going to believe the original Elliott Wave book or this observation. Now, how could we fix this if we want to be true to the original work? Well, we have to do something like this. If we want to have the X here, we would have to have this as an ABC. And both of these are going to have to be some kind of expanding diagonals. How likely is that? Very, very unlikely. Having even one expanding diagonal is not likely, and having them on both A and C, I don't think I've ever seen that kind of pattern in any market. It could be, but I can't recall that. Now, again, the other scenario would be that we have some kind of WXY here, and then this would be the B wave. Oh, sorry, let me start that over. If we have this as a 5-way structure, as that diagonal here, then we could have this whole structure as an A, then B, and then this whole structure would be a C wave. Okay, that would make sense, but again, we would have to have that very ugly structure here. Actually, let me check that idea. This structure here definitely fits way better as a 3 wave, as we do have this as overlapping structures here. In this one, however, we would, I think, have to say that this is the third somewhere here, as we did get a very big low here on RSI. We have to have the wave 1 above this and call this a wave 4. And at that point, the only place we could have that is this one here. So again, to me, this looks more like a 3-way structure overall, but if we could find a way to get 5 waves in here, I guess we could be saying that again, we have 1, 2, this would be 3, 4, and 5. And at that point, I guess we don't need to have it as a diagonal, that large ugly one. But yeah, I feel like that is a bit of a stretch. I have not labeled that in at the moment, but I feel like I should take a look at that at later stages if this develops into something like that. So I'll add that here as just an option, but again, not presenting it here. Now overall, with that WXY we had the scenario like this. On the wave Y, we would be having this as A, B, and C. For sure, the wave C is super large on logarithmic scale. On arithmetic scale, not so much. We have not gone beyond the 1.618 again, which would be at minor stages, so we could be looking at this as extension like this. Currently, we're sitting around the 1.236 extension for the C wave of the A wave, which is completely fine. Here we could be looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and currently looking for the last leg of 5 for the wave C to end this whole pattern here. This would be pretty good looking structure overall, and would relate to other cryptos, saying that we were previously on a possible wave 4 or currently being in a possible wave 4 or smaller time frame. Okay. The other scenario is that we have already completed the whole structure. Currently we have not yet created a new low here around 13th of June. We had this big pump here. We could have this as a wave 1. However, on this again, we would have this as an ABC. It fits nicely when the B wave is again on this side instead here, so we can actually end this whole count here. So let's take a look at the small time structures that we have from the lows. Again, you can see there's not too much volume on this exchange on this one. Let's actually go to 1 hour maybe. We can see something. Yeah, this looks better. So bullish structures first. We could say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the 5 we would have an extension of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into a wave 1 or an A wave. At this point we would have to say, if we want to have this as a wave 1, we would have to call this as a wave 2. We are so close to invalidating it. It is like percentile of a percent off of the lows. So, but it's still viable. It still hasn't taken the lows, this wave 2 here. So it is still possible to have this. But again, we would have to say that this is done here, this wave 2. How do we get there? I feel like it is something like this as first leg. This would be the second, and this would be third. So either a combination of 2 3s or something like that. So to me, it is best looking like that structure here. At that point again, we would be looking for higher prices, but again, looking at the structure of the lows, I am not impressed. Here we can see a lot of overlapping structures, which would entail more of a corrective pattern than anything else. So as a more likely scenario, we are still within that wave 4 that I showed you on, not that one, the first WXY here. Again, wrong degrees. So this would be subminute, and this would be subminute. So if we want to look this as bearish, we would say that we had that minuet 4 created up here. Again, we can't have it in these highs because this is the highest point here, so we have to have it here because wave 2 cannot retrace wave 1, so we have to start the count from the highest peak here as a 1, 2, then either we have created wave 3 or not. We don't really have anything going on here on RSI as of yet, so we could still be in one of the substructures here. So just as let's take a look at the 1.618 here would be around 73 cents, which would most likely be the target for the third wave. Nothing else really comes to me here. If indeed we are creating this, I'm not even sure because this is so bad looking structures in here. I can't really say that we have this three-way structure as a wave 1. I feel like wave 2 has to be here, to be honest. Let's see if it meets the minimum requirements here. No, it does not. This complicates things even more. According to this fib, we would have to have the wave 2 up here, but again, we can't really have this three-way structure as a five-way wave at any point. So yeah, neither of these counts are really clear, as none of the cryptos are really at the moment. If I had to place wave 2 there, I would look this as a wave 1, 2. Do we have overlap? No, we don't. Maybe 3, 4, and 5 in micro scale to come to get to this 1.618 extension here. Again, is even wave 3 done here? I'm not sure. We don't probably get even close to the 1.618 extension here. No, we don't. 1.618 is way down there. So again, we could be having another extension here, but it is possible to say 1, 2, poof. Wave 4 is going to be an issue here again inside this wave 3. Yeah, I'm not going to go more detail into this. This is a mess, even for me. So yeah, if you want to be going into detail into this and want to share that, be sure to check in at the Discord as well. Also, if you would like me to update a certain other asset, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.